The God of Second Chances, The Remaking of Moses, by Don Baker. Copyright 1991 by Don Baker. This unabridged recording of the reading of The God of Second Chances, The Remaking of Moses was published by arrangement with Don Baker and was produced in 2002 by Blackstone Audiobooks, Incorporated, which holds the copyright thereto. Neither this recording nor any portion of it may be reproduced or used for any purpose without prior written authorization from Blackstone Audiobooks. This book is read by Raymond, Todd. The God of Second Chances, The Remaking of Moses, by Don Baker. Dedication. To my father Harry and my mother Helen, who gave me my first look at God, and lovingly introduced their son to his son. Preface. If there is anything we need during life's baffling and bewildering experiences, it is not an explanation but a trust in the God of second chances. To be dropped from Earth's highest human pinnacle through the clouds of fame and glory onto the burning sands of the world's wasteland was to Moses a baffling and bewildering experience. For 40 interminable years, the Pharaoh-elect of the glorious and powerful kingdom of Egypt was forced to lead a life of obscurity in a land that he hated, performing a job that to an Egyptian was the most demeaning task on earth. It was during this baffling, bewildering experience that Moses met God, beheld his glory, and became his friend. To have a friend of God, available to trace God's image in clear and unmistakable word pictures, is a special privilege. Moses knew God, loved God, obeyed God, talked with God, and actually caught a brief glimpse of God. He spent enough time in God's presence to even absorb some of his resplendent glory and then display it to others. Moses knew God. But as I began to learn some lessons from him, I realized that I not only wanted to know more about God, I also needed to know more about Moses. Moses lived for 120 years, yet the scriptures describe only 1/3 of his lifetime. Like Jesus, we have records of his birth, but only brief sketches of his first 40 years in Egypt. We do know from the Bible that he was saved from death in the Nile by the princess to the Pharaoh. In history, she remains unnamed. It is possible that she was Hatshepsut, who later reigned as queen over Egypt. With many Old Testament scholars, I have assumed that Moses, by virtue of his adoptive relationship, was heir to the throne of Egypt, even though he was born a Hebrew. I have also assumed that Jochebed, his
Sample complete. Ready to continue?